Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua HaRachakadash, double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame of looking like heathens, who bear by witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah God. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much, this lesson is going into, Isaiah 4 and 1, saying, and various other scriptures and stuff that goes along with it, saying. And it's all through the spirit and stuff, because really I was going to do this sit down after the one that I had did just recently before, saying, and watching another video and stuff where the brother was going into it. The video is called Women Gonna Be. Saying, or women are going to be, saying, and pretty much they're going to be thirsty and stuff, Right now, women, they figure that men ain't shit and whatnot and stuff, or people that need to orbit and worship them and whatnot and put them on a higher pedestal and stuff. Well, guess what? The Lord is gonna change all that. And speaking of which, I'm gonna start off with this. Because the Lord is going to bring back the true order and stuff that he set up from the beginning. And like the scripture says, that the Lord never changed, And when it comes down to you women that bring up Jeremiah 31 and 22, that a woman shall compass a man, well, guess what? That was actually an affliction that the Lord had created. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the order that the Lord had made, because you see how the order is, that the man was always at the top, that the man was first made and stuff, and the Lord had created a woman, to be an aid, a helpmate, onto Adam. So, and what does the word woman mean? It means servant. And it don't mean where you're gonna be hooked up with balls and chains and stuff. Raiment just gonna be all dusty and raggedy and holes in it and whatnot and stuff. And you just gonna be, at some wheel that got a giant gear on it and stuff, where you pushing it and stuff, to lift it up and heave it over to another brick. It ain't gonna be like that and stuff. It's just that you all gonna serve, and there's a certain lane and stuff that women are supposed to stay in and stuff, since they are the woman, to serve the man, right? So it's 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. It says but I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai. It says, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. So they go to order. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, let everything be done decently in order. And this is the order that the Lord has it. The man is above the woman. He was the first one that's created. The woman was second. And Yahweh Shai is above all, even King David. And then the one that's above Yahweh Shai is the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And this is the order. So it's Yahweh, then it's Yahweh, and then second in ranking is Yahweh Shai, then second in ranking is the man, and then second in ranking is the woman. And that's pretty much what it is, right? So now I'm gonna go to this Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, and 7 just means completion. A complete number of women that the Lord had ordained for that man to be with. It's just saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. So they're gonna have their own food and they're gonna have their own clothes. They're not gonna ask men and stuff to provide for them. It says, only let us be called by thy name. It said to take away our reproach. And how does a woman get the name of a man, that's going to be considered a husband and stuff? That's through sex. Because according to marriage in the scriptures and stuff, it's not putting the ring on it. Sex makes the marriage, man. Because what does marriage mean? Marriage means join on together. So it says, right? So when you read this, it says only, because it's like a bargain. It says it's a bargain. It says this is what they're saying. I'm gonna read again. Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Take hold is the word chazak. It's a chazan. means to seize. You know what I'm saying? Not conquer, not to restrain. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much what they're gonna do is just cleave onto the man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, um, it says and it says seven, and seven don't mean it's just gonna be seven women and stuff. Because it's a lot of women out there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the ratio was seven women to one man, but now it might be 20 to one man now. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of jakes and and even heathens. You know what I'm saying? Where they're producing more daughters than it is males. You know what I'm saying? Or sons. But I'm gonna keep going. It says, and a woman shall take hold of one man, uh, 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 saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a bargain. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a trade that's going on, a equal exchange, right? You know what I'm saying? And it says to take away the reproach. And what's the reproach? The shame. You know what I'm saying? So this is so what is the shame? This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 21. And it says, for there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. But the shame that you women are bringing and stuff is sin, because look what you do. You know what I'm saying? Our women want to practice polygamy and stuff when it's not for you all to practice polygamy. It wasn't ordained, Uh, 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 usurp authority over men. Saying thinking you was above the man and whatnot and stuff because Esau, Edom, and stuff, the so-called Caucasians, they the full-blooded heathens, not the confusion of faces, had put you on a pedestal and stuff, and he only did that and stuff just so he could disrupt the house. You know what I'm saying? A house divided against itself cannot stand. So he made that disorderly action. You know what I'm saying? For the women to come against the men. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be no peace. You know what I'm saying? It won't be no order. It says, and I also want to get at this in the it's I don't have the different versions, so maybe I do. Uh nah, I don't have the different versions. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote it down. It's the International Standard Version, and it says, at that time, seven women will cling tightly to one man. It says, and will it says and will it says and with him it says and will and pretty much bring with him this offer. You know what I'm saying? So women are going to offer themselves. And what's the offer? You know what I'm saying? It says we'll provide our own bread, our own food. It says and provide our own clothes. It says just let us marry you so we won't be stigmatized anymore. And that what's that stigmatization and stuff, women that who are prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Women that are thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Women that use of authority over men, uh, 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 women that your OnlyFans and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, IG women and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? On the OnlyFans, it says being thoughts and stuff, being whores, being hoes, you know what I'm saying? And a man is going to be able to take that take that shame away and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you marry onto him, you know what I'm saying. But it says to offer. So guess what? That means that you will have to be approved of that man. That man would have to choose you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, oh, we had sex and he be in his Bible and so I'm good. No, if that man didn't want you in the first place, that stuff is not happening. And then you also have the Amos 7:17. You know what I'm saying? Well, women, they just go about and they have sex with whoever they want to, or they have sex with this person and that person and stuff, because whatever benefits that they can achieve, you know what I'm saying, from being with that man and whatnot and stuff, being with multiple men and being with hoes. Well, guess what? That's the shame that you accumulate and stuff, but that's only going to be the only way that your shame will be taken away is by a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And a true man of the Lord, not not just regular Pookie or down the block and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because if you with a 2/3, you know what I'm saying, and you're say if you're a righteous woman according to or a woman that stays silent, you stay silent and stuff, you listen to your man and whatnot, and you don't do anything that's going off according to your own individual soul, you know what I'm saying, right? And you have a Israelite man and stuff that's a 2/3 and stuff. More than likely, what the Lord is going to do is that He's going to slay that man and stuff, just so you can be free, so you can go and be with another. So He could direct you to a man of the Lord, you know. And I'm gonna go to this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. It says, a man shall be as in hiding place from the wind, and a covered from the tempest. It says, and so pretty much you're gonna be safety in that time and stuff, and it ain't gonna be but it ain't gonna be the fact that somebody's just the most swollen cock diesel and stuff, Arnold Schwarzenegger built body, what I'm saying, and they're gonna necessarily be like that and stuff. You're gonna have men that might be heavy set and whatnot and stuff. And according to the scriptures, it ain't nothing wrong with a man to be heavy set. It's only wrong for a woman to be heavy set. You know what I'm saying? And you can read that in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. But when it comes down to men, it ain't nothing wrong with a man to be heavy set and stuff. The thing is that you don't want to be so heavy set that it's detrimental to your health. You know what I'm saying? You got guys out there that's heavy set and stuff, but they healthy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, um, uh, so they're going to be protection and whatnot and stuff. And it ain't going to be if the man know how to fight, or if the man know how to do this and do that and stuff, because you also got spiritual powers that's going to come in these terrible times. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to also be part of the hedge. The Lord can just have it hedge. You know what I'm saying? Where it can have a certain type of hedge and stuff, or whatever hedge that he has and stuff for protection. Saying, when it come down to that man of the Lord and stuff. So guess what the woman's going to do? She's going to come and she's going to want to take part of that protection. You know what I'm saying? But taking part of that protection, you're going to have sex with that man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you can take be married onto that man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna go to the jewelry store and whatnot and stuff and loot or nothing like that and stuff, and then just put a ring on your finger and whatnot. No, that's not how it go down in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Eve became Adam's wife and whatnot, and wasn't no rings, no jewelry that was placed upon her finger and whatnot and stuff, just so he could show that he claimed to be with her. You know what I'm saying? Or to show proof that that she was his wife. They had sex. They joined one to another, man. And it says Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. It says, and a cover from the tempest. It says, as rivers of water in a dry place. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you thirsty and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen. Women are going to be thirsty. You know what I'm saying? You know, all the 2/3 men and stuff, going to be that dry land and stuff where you ain't gonna have no protection and stuff. And then when it come down to that man of the Lord and stuff, you're gonna be thirsty to be with him. That's why it says that 7 women shall take hold of one man. And then this time and stuff, it's gonna be many women. Ain't finna be no, oh, I should be enough. It's not gonna be none of that. You know what I'm saying? It says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And you got to think. Remember when it came down to Jonah, and the sun was beaming down on him and stuff, and he was hit, and he slid in the shade of the gourd. You know what I'm saying? To take the heat off. You know what I'm saying? Because he really felt like he was gonna die. And the Lord took the gourd away and whatnot and stuff, and then he was afflicted again. You got to think about it and stuff. The man gonna be that shade. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be that. He's gonna be the one that's gonna be able to take that affliction away. You know what I'm saying? Those things that defiled your name. You know what I'm saying? Because like it says in Ecclesiastes 7:1, it says a good name is better than precious gold. It says, so Ecclesiastes 7:1, it says a good name is better than precious ointment. So pretty much you're like a reputation and whatnot and stuff, because everybody knows the greatness that Abraham and Isaac and Jacob have committed and stuff, and they got what's considered a good name. Well, when it come down to you women and stuff, you have destroyed your name. You know what I'm saying? You have men that know what you about. You know what I'm saying? Know who been with you and stuff, because you've been dealing with every other guy that's been on the block and stuff, and everybody know about you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 Or even if it ain't like that and stuff, and nobody know about you and stuff, and you still in secret and whatnot, the thing is that the Lord knows your whorish ways. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? A man of the Lord will be able to take that reproach away. You know what I'm saying? But you would have to be married onto him. You know what I'm saying? And he would have to choose you and stuff. Because going back to the international version, international standard version and stuff, when it comes down to Isaiah 4:1, it says, at that time, 7 women would cling tightly to one man. You know what I'm saying? It says, and we'll have him, we'll give him this offer. You know what I'm saying? So you all going to be offering yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And the offer is that you're going to have your own, we'll provide our own bread, meaning you'll have your own food. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to have to provide for you. It says we'll provide our own clothes. It says just let us marry you so we won't be stigmatized anymore. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be able to take that. You'll get a clean slate dealing with a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a background, it would be completely. It would completely disappear. You know what I'm saying? You know, and who you going to be with in that kingdom and stuff? That you going to be with that specific man. You know. So you women that be choosing and whatnot and stuff, well, guess what? The Lord is turning that around and stuff. It's going to be the man that chooses. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't approve with you, then guess what? He's not going to get with you. And the brother was right. When they come down to Apostle Gabar, he said that we're going to have to beat women off us and stuff. And that don't necessarily mean that we're going to be putting our hands on you and stuff and beating you up and stuff, we bloodied up and whatnot. It's pretty much the term that he used and stuff, meaning that we're going to have to refuse a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be telling women no. You know what I'm saying? So you baby mamas and whatnot, hey, it's the time to get right. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, you ain't going to be able to use that, oh, we got a baby together and whatnot, because if the man doesn't want to deal with you and stuff, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? And, you probably see certain videos and stuff, and brothers be like, claim this and claim that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All we doing is asking the Lord if a certain woman and stuff that we see and stuff, you know what I'm saying, could she be our wife, you know what I'm saying, in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. And who's to say that person won't even come, during this time of Isaiah 4:1 when it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? This is Isaiah. And this is how you know that it's going to be super, super serious, right? So this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. It says, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. You know what I'm saying? And gold is highly valuable and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's also real money. But look how a woman right now and stuff, she'll throw a man under the bus over some cash. Or she'll bring a life into the world just so she can get a check. You know what I'm saying? The women are so grimy and low and whatnot, especially when it come down to money. You know what I'm saying? Their Lord is mammal. You know what I'm saying? It's money and stuff. That's why they say, I don't need a man, I don't need this and stuff. I can take care of myself and whatnot and stuff. That's all they care about and stuff. Well, guess what? If it's part of your life, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to be with a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to drop all that and stuff, and you're going to have to the Lord is going to force you to be in the correct lane. Other than that, you're going to get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So I read again, Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Women ain't, money ain't going to really mean, money is going to be less of value, even though it's placed on a pedestal right now and stuff. And when it come down to the man, you don't really care for, you know what I'm saying? But what's going to happen is that the roles are going to change. A man is going to be more precious than money. You know what I'm saying? And also, when it come down to 7 women and stuff, that's talking about polygamy, right? So I want to grab this. This is the word polygamy in the etymology, etymon, meaning origin, and ology, the study of. So the study of the origin of words. So this is polygamy, and it might go a little off. You know what I'm saying? So polygamy, it says 1590s from late Latin polygamia. It says from late Greek, I don't know. It says polygamy. It says often married. You know what I'm saying? Often, having several partners. It says poly meaning many, gamos marriage. So many marriages and stuff, So if you got 7 different women and stuff and you having sex with these 7 women, you know what I'm saying, and you choose to be with them and whatnot and stuff, and guess what? Those are many marriages. You know You know what I'm saying? Because you married onto this woman, you married onto the second one, you married onto the third, you married onto the fourth, you married onto the fifth, you married onto the seventh, onto the sixth. You know what I'm saying? And onto the seventh. And then also, it depends on what the Lord ordained for you to have. You know what I'm saying? You might have, like the brother said, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Now it says not etymologically restricted to marriage of one man and multiple women. Well, guess what? It is restricted to one man and to one man and one woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, because it is restricted to one man and many women. The reason why is because when it comes down to a woman having multiple men, that would be committed adultery on her part. You know what I'm saying? You know, so a woman has no business, and she's not supposed to deal with it. Come down to polygamy. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just how it is. You know, because if a woman deals in polygamy and stuff, and she has multiple men, that makes her a hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the stigmatization that women want to take off of them. They don't want to be hoes anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, they want to be renewed. You know what I'm saying? You know, they are only with one man and stuff, and you know, and not have that guilt upon them. You know what I'm saying? You know, so polygamy is not for the woman. You know, but monogamy is for the woman, or monogamy. So this is the word monogamy. It says 1610s. It says practice of marrying one only once in a lifetime. It says from French monogamia. It says from Latin monogamia. It says single marriage. You know what I'm saying? It says marrying only once. From single alone. It says small isolated marriage. It says condition of being married to only one person at a time. You know, it ain't gonna be marrying one person at a time at the same time and stuff. I mean, during this time, you're gonna be married onto that one man. And it says polygamy. It says the practice or state of having only one spouse at a time and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And his thing, according to Deuteronomy 24th chapter, the only way that only way a woman can be freed. You know what I'm saying? From her man is if it's either two ways. Like it's either if that man dies. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that it's either if that man dies and stuff, according to Romans the 7th chapter, or the man, according to Deuteronomy the 24th chapter and stuff, that he give a divorce, a divorce. You know what I'm saying? You know, and once a man divorce a woman and stuff, not according to Esau's system, but once he divorced a woman and stuff, he cannot deal with her and stuff. Now you can like, in a way, if you want to do it, like, you know, you got people that say, you know, oh, they want to break, they want to get on a break and whatnot, but they're not messing with anybody else and stuff. They just got time for themselves. You can do that, and you can redeem your woman back. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if you divorce her and stuff, and that's what it is, you can't never get back with that woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then for all you women out there and stuff, where it's like, oh well, I'm gonna try to do something and stuff to kill my husband because I don't want to be with him and whatnot. The Lord is not gonna approve of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because the scripture says, "Thou shalt not kill." So if you trying to not be stained with your unrighteous deeds and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? You either gonna hope that the Lord, the man that you with and stuff, is the elect. You know what I'm saying? The 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, each of the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, or the rest of the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites and believe no matter how they look. You know what I'm saying? You either going to pray that he going to be party elect, you know what I'm saying? Or if he a 2/3, that the Lord's going to send you a elect man, you know? So I want to go to back to polygamy and stuff and get its definitions from WordNet. It says polygamy. It says the condition or practice of having more than one spouse at a time. You know, so that's going to be that Isaiah 4:1. You know, and just to prove it and stuff, right? In the scriptures, that a man can have more than one woman. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's not, and also to prove, you know what I'm saying, that well, I proved it already. When it comes down to adulterous woman, you know what I'm saying, a woman that's committing adultery, that's when you have a man already and stuff and you having sex with other men, you know what I'm saying, or you trying to deal with other men. You know what I'm saying? That's and then even if you are trying to say, if you it's like, well, I didn't mess with him, we ain't do anything and stuff. The scriptures talk about if you even thought about it and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you already committed adultery. You know what I'm saying? So if you already thought about having sex with another man and stuff, you know, you got a man and stuff, then guess what? You already committed adultery. Because more than likely, you thinking about a wicked act that's supposed to be that causes you to be put to death. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking about it and stuff, let that man get on your nerves and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that you're with already and stuff, and that time and opportunity comes, you know what I'm saying, with Satan is waiting for you to fail. You know, he gonna cause that man to come through, or if that man come around and whatnot and stuff, and you're gonna be willing and ready to do something just to get back at the one that made you mad, you know what I'm saying, or your actual husband and stuff, and guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna do a wicked deed because it was already on your mind, right? Um, this is First Kings, and then what it says in Deuteronomy 23 and 17, it says there should be no whore amongst the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You know, off the daughters of Israel, meaning you women. And the only way to be a whore is when you having sex with multiple men. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then for you women out there and stuff, you know, you down with bisexuality and stuff, or you're going to have to stop that because you ain't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. And if you're a lesbian and stuff, oh, guess what? You're going to have to stop that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, you're not going to make it in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be a homosexual and thinking that you still going to make it in the kingdom being in that same state. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to repent and change, you know, whether you like it or not, thus saith the Lord. So this is First Kings chapter 11, verse 1. It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, and the strange women are women of the other nations, heathens. It says, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of Moabites, which are the Chinese. It says Ammonites, the Japanese. It says the Edomites, which are the Caucasians. It says in Zidonians, which are Africans. It says in the Hittites, which are also Africans as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says showing that, you know, that concubines and stuff, which we will have in the kingdom and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or even on this side, you know, who are heathens and stuff, who like a Jake man, it's okay to deal with a heathen woman, you know what I'm saying, right? Verse 2, it says of the nations, because think about it, when it comes down to it and stuff, like Apostle Kabar always say, you know what I'm saying, you know, like the apostles always say, we don't necessarily need Israelite women and stuff to bring back the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't. But the thing is that part of the promises of which you all being Israelites, that there's going to be a selection of women, you know what I'm saying, who's going to get saved as well and stuff, and she's going to be saved through childbearing. You know what I'm saying? You know, because guess what? We got to bring back the 2/3 of Israel that was disobedient, that the Lord had destroyed. We're going to be bringing them back in the regenerations. You know what I'm saying? Through having lots of sex in the kingdom, man. You know. You know, and for your older women and stuff, you know what I'm saying, make love, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 2, it says, other nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them. It says, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. It says, surely they will turn, I can turn this off. It's like it. It says, surely, it says, it says, it says, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. You know what I'm saying? You know, and once again, there's nothing wrong in stuff to deal with, and don't misinterpret what the scripture is talking about. It ain't nothing wrong with dealing with heathen women. You know what I'm saying? The reason why the Lord said not to and stuff, because they're going to try to, for their different gods and fake gods that they worship and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to bring that in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So verse 3, it says, you know, it says, and he had 700 wives, princesses. You know what I'm saying? You know, 700 wives and princesses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? which were Israelite women. It says from any of the 12 tribes of Israel. It says in 300 concubines. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you can have multiple women and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is seven. This is 1,000 women. You know what I'm saying? That King Solomon had, man. You know, he had 1,000 women. You know, King David had multiple women as well. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and his wives turned away his heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, those heathens and stuff was bringing in gods of another and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and tell you that in Deuteronomy the 7th, I believe the 7th chapter, you know what I'm saying, it tell you that to not go in onto them and stuff because they're going to try to trying to cause you, change your faith, deter your faith from Yahweh Shem Yahshua onto their gods, you know what I'm saying, you know, and this is why the Lord didn't want us dealing with heathens. You know what I'm saying? But hey, guess what? If you're a man of the Lord and you know how to well direct yourself and whatnot and stuff, and remember King Solomon's old, you know what I'm saying? You know, the witch was sliding away. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a man and stuff and you deal with a Caucasian, a East Indian, you know, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, uh, 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 Arabian, hijab, you know, Thailand woman, Mongolian, uh, Syrian, Assyrian, German, Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that and stuff. Just stay faithful to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And keep that under control. So verse 4, it says, For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart. And this is where he was in a transgression, not dealing with multiple women. It says, after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his power. It says, as was the heart of David, his father. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he went off, when he started worshiping other gods. You know what I'm saying? The women caused him to do so because he was old. You know what I'm saying? You know, but other than that, him having multiple women, that was not a problem, especially if it was of the heathens. So these are my closing scriptures. This is Genesis chapter 30, verse 1. You know, and when you read verse 29 and stuff, you know, Jacob had saw Rachel and stuff. He served 7 years. Laban didn't tell Jacob that he had that it was going to be the first daughter and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The oldest daughter and stuff. So pretty much the first daughter, which also shows that, you know, they kept the law, statutes, commandments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was about word of mouth. You know, he gave him Leah and stuff, and then he worked another 7 years and stuff, and then he was able to give Rachel, and then he worked another 7 years and stuff, and then he got all the inheritance and stuff from Laban. You know what I'm saying? He dipped, you know, and then also what did Laban do? Laban gave Leah and Rachel handmaids. You know what I'm saying? You know, and these women more than likely were heathen women. No, they were heathen women. So this is Genesis 30 and 1. It says in Rachel, it says, and when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children because she was barren, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children or else I die. It says in Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I the most high stead, saying, is he the most high Yahweh? It says, who have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb. It says, just like he did when it came down to Sarah. It says, and she and Rebecca. It says, and she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. You know what I'm saying? So this was her maid servant. So when you go to Bilhah, it's the Balaha, it's the Balalah, Naha, Balaha, and says it's the name of one of Jacob's concubines. So she was a heathen, because the only one that could be a concubine is a woman that's outside of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And it says she must have been Palestinian. And it says verse 5. No, verse 4. It says, and she gave him Bilhah and her handmaid to wife. It says, and Jacob went in unto her. It says, and Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, the Most High have judged me. It says, and have also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. or done. It says, and Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. It says, and Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. You know what I'm saying? Which is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. It says, verse 9. It says, and you all would it says verse 9. It says, and when Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zipporah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife. So Zipporah was another it says Leah's maid and stuff. So Zipporah was a heathen as well. You know what I'm saying? It says, and Leah maid bear. It's like it says in Zipporah, Leah's maid bare Jacob a son, and Leah said, a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. You know what I'm saying? Which is also part of the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? Which are the Native Americans. And then when it come down to Naphtali and stuff, those would be the Chileans and Argentinians. You know what I'm saying? In that area. So then you also have it says. It says in Zipporah, verse 12, it says, in Zipporah, Leah's maid bare Jacob a second son. It says, and Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. It says, and she called his name Asher. You know what I'm saying? And the Asherites and stuff are the Brazilians, Uruguayans, Paraguayans, you know what I'm saying? And it's another one, Colombians, you know what I'm saying? And it says, and then remember, the nation of Israel has been scattered to the four corners of the earth. So all 12 tribes are all across the earth, and all 12 tribes, and when it comes down to their judgment, you have some Israelites of all the 12 tribes that look like the heathens. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have the Israelites that look like regular Israelites that's of the 12 tribes, right? It says, verse 14, it says, and Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes, it says, in the field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. It says, then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. It says, and she said unto her, is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband, and wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also? It says, and Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. You know what I'm saying? And they bargained who was going to have sex with their husband, man. You know what I'm saying? And Leah and Rachel and stuff were sisters, and they came out of the loins of Laban. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 16, it says, and Jacob came out of the field in the evening. It says, and Leah went out to meet him and said, thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. So Leah and Rachel and stuff, they bargained who was going to be with, who's going to deal with Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Even though they were his wives already and stuff, through sex, And it says, verse 17, it says, and the Most High hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob the fifth son. It says, and Leah said, the Most High have given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband, her heathen slave. It says, and she called his name Issachar, and the Issacharites are the so-called Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Reuben are the so-called Simeon Indians. Verse 19, it says, and Leah conceived again and bare Jacob the sixth son. It says, and Leah said, the Most High have endued with me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him six sons. And she called his name Zebulun. And Zebulun are the Guatemalans, the Mayans, the Ecuadorians, El Salvadorians. You know what I'm saying? The Venezuelans. You know what I'm saying? Just to name a few. Guatemalans. You know what I'm saying? It says it says in verse 21, it says, and afterwards she bare a daughter and called her name Dinah. It says Dinah. It says, and the Most High remembered Rachel, and the Most High hearkened to her and opened her womb, and she conceived and bare a son, and said the Most High have taken away my reproach. It says, and she and she called his name Joseph, and said, "The Lord shall add to me another son." And remember, when they come, and Joseph is from the tribe of Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? Because Joseph means to add. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Or added on. You know, and Ephraim means fruitful. You know what I'm saying? Right? So he was Ephraim according to Genesis the 48th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 and he was also the progenitor. You know what I'm saying? You know, as well. But uh, uh, notice that when it came down to the bickering between Rachel and Leah, it was just the fact that Leah was able to bear children, but Rachel didn't and stuff. So she felt useless. You know, she felt like it was no, it was no point. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I believe that's in the book of Samuel and stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? Because before Samuel even was brought into this, before Samuel was brought into this world, you know what I'm saying? You had before Samuel was brought into the world, you had his mother, and I forget her name. You know what I'm saying? You know, at a point she felt like she was barren. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? You know, so it's a shame when a woman can't bear any children. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's part of her purpose. You know what I'm saying? To help continue the family tree. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not with the same sex, but with the opposite sex, right? So they wasn't tripping about. It's like, well, Rachel and Leah wasn't tripping and stuff. You know, Jacob like, man, I should be enough. They wasn't even tripping the fact that they were sharing one man, and that's what's going to happen in this Isaiah 4:1. So it says, verse 24, it says, and she called his name Joseph, and said, the Lord shall add to me another son. And it came to pass when Rachel was born Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go unto my own place and to my country. It says, give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service, which I have done thee. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. You know, you know. So you can have more than one woman. You know, polygamy is okay when it comes down to men, but it's not okay when it comes down to women. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a man wants to be monogamous, where he wants just one woman, that's on him. But that's not what's going to happen more than likely and stuff. And you could tell, you know, throughout relationships and stuff. You know, women that say that men be cheating on them and whatnot and stuff. It's already in our spirits to want to deal with multiple women. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Uh, uh, um, and just to say, uh, there's no such thing. Men cannot cheat if it's all right, since it's all right with the Lord and stuff for them to be polygamous. You know what I'm saying? You know, men can't cheat. They will never be considered as cheaters. You know what I'm saying? You know, women are the only ones who will be considered as cheaters because they can only deal with one man and not be polygamous. You know what I'm saying? You know. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Al Shawa Hara Hakadash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and citations to elect, which we ought to be. And just to put it out there and stuff, you do have Israelite women that look like heathens. You know what I'm saying? You know, of all the heathens. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the thing is that uh, um, some of them are party elect as well. You know what I'm saying? And uh, 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 some of them are party elect as well. And also, I also wanted to make this point during Draco's trouble and stuff. Uh, um, I believe it was in the time of Antiochus. You know what I'm saying? You know, in First Maccabees, uh, um, where or it was in the time of Esther. You know, what I'm saying one of the two, where you know, when Esther and Mordecai and stuff, they finally had you know, they was finally put upon a pedestal and whatnot and stuff. You know, what I'm saying they was sending out judgment upon the heathen and stuff. You had heathens that was saying that they was Jake just so they wouldn't be put to death. You know what I'm saying, or you know, or get called. It's like if I got the story mixed up, but when it come down to it and stuff, even in this time of Isaiah 4:1 and stuff, there's gonna be, speaking as a man, there's gonna be heathen women and whatnot and stuff who know who the elect, who are the men of the Lord and stuff, who gonna see that, and they're gonna want to come around and be a part of it and stuff, And hey, some of you women that think you all heathens and stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's a good chance that you might be a Jake and you gonna get saved, man. And that's gonna be the surprise of your life, you know. So once again, I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua HaRakakadash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.